on the porch. All right, let's go ahead and get started so I can knock this out. I like the daylight light that my podcast room offers. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started so I can get this over with. Hey y'all, Tracery here with Picture Me Living and new episode. Are you guys excited to hear my voice? I am drinking coffee. Let me tell you why coffee is the drink of the hour today. Uh-oh, it ain't recording, y'all. It's the middle of the day and I recorded an episode last night. I listened to it to edit it. I did not like how it flowed. And one thing that I've learned with doing this podcast is I have to enjoy the episode so that you guys can enjoy the episode. You guys enjoy the episodes that I love listening to. So I said, no, I gotta redo this. But I don't feel like having an alcoholic beverage right now. So I'm drinking coffee. And I pray that this flows a lot better. So the reason why it's also been a while is because I want the conversation to come natural. I don't want the conversation to be forced. I want you guys to look forward to it. We got a really good audience right now. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for sharing. Please comment on the YouTube. I'm not up here making these videos for nothing. I need y'all to comment and share the YouTube so we can get those numbers up. And work on some advertisement so that I can finally get paid for doing this. Thank y'all though for listening. For real, for real. Like, it really means a lot. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I recently posted a comparison from August, September, and October. And October was through the roof, you guys. Like, October was 3 times the listeners than August and like 2 times the listeners from September. And also, it's a quality over quantity type thing, which is why I'm giving myself more breaks in the meantime. Quality over quantity. That's not going to be the last time I say this in this little 40-minute conversation. I'm going to give you quality conversation over numerous episodes, right? And I think that you guys are reacting well to that. So, the topic for today, I have quite a few. I really didn't know what to talk about. I went on Instagram, which is my primary audience for now. And I asked you guys on Instagram for some topics. Like, what do you want to talk about? It could be whatever. And I got, about 2 handfuls worth of responses. Most of them were about dating. Y'all know that's my least favorite topic. So, the first one, someone asked me, being a man in his prime, he's 39 years old, how do you transition from having fun, living life, to settling down? So there were a few things in that question that stood out to me. Number 1 being 39 in his prime. I hear quite a few people say, oh, I'm getting old, or I'm too old for that, oh, you're too old for that. A lot of people say, y'all, that I'm too old to be wearing my crop tops. Look at the YouTube video. I have on a crop top now, just like I have on a crop top in most of my videos. I stopped giving a fuck what y'all thought about me a very long time ago. When you grow up how I grew up, kids calling my mama out her name, picking on me for not having parents, and you grow some really thick skin. I really can't think of a time where I cared about what people thought, but I hear it. I look at it as feedback, right? And I turn it around and I say, what about when you're 83? If you're blessed enough to make it to that big age of 83, you're gonna be like, damn, I was young and youthful thinking that I was old. Y'all better enjoy these youthful days, man. The other side of 35 is such a prime age. You have your shit together mentally, should. And if you don't, you know that you should probably go see a therapist at this age. You have your shit together financially, and if you don't, you know what it takes, right? Because none of us had our shit together when we were 21, 22, 23, right? And we didn't know what the fuck it took to get our shit together, right? Now, even if you know had some setbacks in life, even if you are set in life, whatever it is on this other side of 35, you know what it takes to keep what you have, and you know what it takes to get what you have. We are really in our prime on this side of 35. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was very refreshing to hear that, to hear someone say, you know, I'm 39 and I'm in my prime. I am knocking on 39's door. I'm knocking very lightly though, very lightly. But I'm knocking on that door, which, you know, obviously 40 is right after that. And y'all know I'll be going off on tangents here. But the biggest takeaway from me knocking on these bigger ages is I have a 17-year-old son. He just turned 17 on Friday. Happy birthday to my son. I love him immensely, and he's the best thing that ever happened to me. Now, with that being said, kids will remind you that you're getting older. Kids, they ain't gotta say nothing. I mean, this was a little baby, a little goober baby, you know. Now he's 17, and it just reminds you that, man, you have got to slow down and take it all in. You've got to be still for a second. So back to the question, 39 in his prime and wants to know how to transition from having fun to settling down. So the next thing that stood out to me is settling down. What is the key word of that? Settle. I don't like that phrase. I don't like that phrase personally, because why do you want to settle for anything? You should want to be happy, and this is my advice to this individual. You should want to be happy on both sides. Having fun on both sides. You know, you should just change your mindset. Having fun with being single, whatever that means to you, change your mindset to having fun with one person. What is one thing that you spend an absurd amount of money on in your house, and why? Tigo. Hey, Tigo. Hey, handsome. Tokyo. Tokes.
giống 26, 27.
You got the same ice cream? Really? Did you try to snatch your bread? I was saving this for a rainy day. And well, it's been raining all day. It's my wine from Italy. Good. This is a question that was asked to me in general. And I just reworded it for the podcast. Are you ready? Because I wanted to title it, Are You Ready for Your Blessing? So if God walked up to you right now and said, hey, you, here you go, and walks away, are you ready to receive that? Whatever that means to you, whether it's a house, whether it's a husband, whether it's a baby, a kidney, $1 million. Are you ready to receive that blessing? Do you know what it takes to get ready for that blessing? So let's just say for me, it's a few things that God could walk up to me right now. A steady relationship with my mom. I don't think I'm ready for that. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I think God has actually, here you go, Trey. And I'm like, ooh, you mean tell me I gotta do this, I gotta do that? I don't know. Cause my mom do be hitting me up. Can you take me to the doctor? Can you do this? Can you do that? I want somebody, and I'm just like, girl, I wasn't ready for all of that. If God walked up to me right now and said, here's $1 million, oh, I'm ready for that. And I know a lot of people say that they're ready for that. Are you really ready for your cousins that you never met to come out the woodwork and ask you for $40? You're not ready for that. You don't know how to say no like I know. I know how to say no in every language. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I know how to come up with excuses, man. I gotta get my tires fixed. I gotta do this. I ain't do this. I gotta go do that. Man, I wish I could help you out. I know how to say no in so many ways. My family has prepared me already. It don't matter who come out the woodwork. No, the answer is no. A lot of people not ready for that. You're gonna run through that $1 million in about 6 months. It's gonna be gone. And hopefully you pay Uncle Sam prior to all those family members coming out the woodwork, because you're still gonna owe them even when you run out of that money. And Uncle Sam is gonna want damn near 40% of that $1 million. So once again, are you ready? Are you ready for those blessings? Are you prepared? And the simple answer is yes. But when I just broke it down to you, are you really ready for that? Are you ready for God to come and give you $1 million once you pay Joe Biden them all their money? You left with $500,000, wondering where the fuck your money went. You pay off your house, you buy a house, now you got $200,000. You telling people no because that $1 million just dwindled in 10 minutes. Gone. It's out of here, right? So are you ready for those family members to talk shit about you? Are you ready to be blasted on the internet from family members, and they gonna be putting your personal business out there? When he was in 3rd grade, he used to steal from the neighbor house, and you gonna be like, what? You're gonna lose so many people in the event that you come up, on a big amount of money like that. Are you ready? Most people are not ready for that. Most people are gonna be like, yeah, here you go. Just to get them to shut up. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Yeah. Whatever it is that you're looking for, whatever it is that you need, are you ready for God to walk up to you right now and hand it to you? If you're looking for a wife, God walks up to you right now and says, that's who she is right there. You gonna stop texting them other girls? I'm just saying. I seen a meme today that said, paraphrasing it, and I'm horrible with paraphrasing, but it said, you need to hurry up and take me serious and be official, because this back and forth shit ain't blowing over well with my other dudes. Like, I cut them off for you. Hey man, now I gotta call them back because you acting funny. Okay, so the next topic. Conspiracy theories. Someone that is an avid listener asked me to go in detail about my conspiracy theories. I have mentioned it on the podcast before, how I can definitely talk in detail about, what I think is going on in the world, aliens, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna sound crazy though if I'm doing it by myself. And I had a guest that was supposed to come and talk and sit with me and talk about conspiracy theories. And she got nervous. So sometimes Siri takes what I'm saying on my watch and replies to people, and she replies to the most random people too. And she got nervous. All right. I'm gonna get her to come in and sit down and talk with me, because that's something that I really do feel passionate about. You watch those apocalyptic movies and it's always somebody that knew, right? It's always somebody that knew ahead of time that this volcano was going to kill the whole world. And they was talking about it like in a podcast radio setting, and oddly enough, they die in the movie. And it's like, that ain't fair. Like, they knew about it. But anyway, before the world finds out about it, the world thinks that person is crazy until the shit happens, and then they're like, oh, they weren't crazy. Anyway, I'm not gonna get too detailed about conspiracy theories when I'm just doing a solo episode. However, the American dream is definitely a conspiracy of mine. I do believe that there are aliens and other shit going on, but the American dream, I wrote a think piece about this about 10 years ago, and few people read it. Don't have much of a reach, but a few people read it, and they were just like, yo, you should write a book. Your mind is beautiful. This is really good and thought-provoking. So I would add that think piece to the website, picturemeliving.com. I would add it as a blog piece. But the American dream is a new form of slavery. Well, to fully explain, just to freestyle explain, the conspiracy of paying taxes is insane. When you think about it, you buy a house, you pay taxes on the house. Then you pay taxes on the land every year for that said house. Then you go to the grocery store, you pay taxes on your groceries. You go to the clothing store, you pay taxes on your clothing. You pay taxes everywhere you go. But if I'm a billionaire, I don't have to pay taxes. I can, Now, if you can't beat them, join them. Trust me. I'm not finna be the one sitting around complaining on these podcasts and these radio stations And I'm not going to be the Armageddon, buster like I just said. If you can't beat them, join them. I am going to figure out what the fuck I need to figure out. But the American dream and paying taxes is the biggest scam. It is designed for you to settle down. I'm using air quotations for you guys listening on the podcast. It is designed for you to settle into a life, for you to go to work all of these years, 30 years, to pay off a house at an interest rate that, you're going to pay damn near double what you intended on paying for the house. And then you die right after that. And you spent all of this time paying taxes. You don't get to say where the money goes. We're not even going to get into that. You don't get to agree on where the money goes. It just goes where the fuck Uncle Sam decides where it needs to go. Okay? So you spent all of this time, barely got to see your kids because you work all day, you sit in traffic, you go home, your kids are tired from school, which is my next conspiracy theory. Your kids are tired from school, you're tired from work. At what point do you get to enjoy life? That is where we're going to intersect here on this podcast, Picture Me Living. I want you guys to purposely live life, man. I want you guys to document it, take pictures. You're going to need it, man. You're going to need it later on in life, when life does slow down and when your knees stop working and you get to stop working and you can't move around like you used to. You're going to enjoy these pictures. You're going to enjoy these memories. We got these iClouds and all this stuff now that you can save things and retrieve them later on in life. But yeah, school, my next conspiracy theory is school is a way to institutionalize you. That's where they teach you the American dream. My son came home one time from school 4 or 5 years ago to tell me about sedimentary rocks. I mean, he knew all about sedimentary rocks. I ain't used that shit not one time in my adult life. Trigonometry, not at all. Calculus. Why isn't there a class on financial literacy? Why isn't there a class on how to not take out student loans, how to get scholarships? There's not a class for that. There are classes for a bunch of shit that you're never ever use in life. Ever. You're never going to use algebra. I promise you, you're never going to use it. But you got to learn it because someone designed us to be institutionalized like this so that we can fall for the American dream and go out there and work for 30 years, barely pay off a house, and our family can fight over it after we die, right after we retire. Do what you want with that information. Because if you don't send your kids to school, then you go to jail. I mean, they got us in a chokehold here in America. They got us in a severe American dream chokehold. And that is a huge conspiracy theory of mine. I will post that think piece on the website. Let me know your thoughts on that. This ain't your cue to go and quit your job now. This ain't your cue to go and abandon your kids and no. This is your cue to purposely live life, be still, enjoy life a little bit more than you were prior to hearing this, because we're all caught up in this machine, this American machine, whether you're a business owner or not. I know everybody in Atlanta, they own boss. I love it. But you still answer to somebody. Answer to your customers. I mean, your customers are your boss. Like, let's be for real with that. I'm going to get Monet back on the podcast whenever our schedules align. But if you go back to the episode with my hairstylist friend Monet, egregious hairstylist rules in Atlanta. Egregious starts with an E. Egregious, look it up. I do use big words. I have friends that pick on me for that. But it's getting even more egregious to the point where I don't do anything that requires a deposit. I don't do anything if in your set of rules, it say I can't be more than 15 minutes, like, oh, I can't make it. I live in Atlanta. I don't know where the fuck y'all live, but I live in Atlanta, where I've seen some insane shit on Northside Drive. I seen a lady get hit by a car, flip in the air like a fucking rag doll, and smack on the ground. I thought I was on pump. Of course, I was clearly late for that gym appointment. You goddamn right. Like, I've seen some crazy shit. I've seen traffic formulate out of nowhere. I've seen clear traffic. I've seen a lot. I live in Atlanta. And the thing is, when you're late for these things, they give you hell, right? But when they're late, it's no accountability. Which is why I stopped getting my lashes done. I had to wait a few times to get my lashes done, but I was turned around for being late. And I say, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not finna fight, scream, argue. I'm just not doing it anymore. It's completely one-sided. The only thing that I do now is get my nails done. I do my own hair. I do my own makeup. I do my own lashes. I do everything myself. I don't get waxes. I don't do any of that. I get my nails done because my nail artist, same day appointments. If he doesn't have an appointment, he'll let me know when he does have an appointment. And he recognizes that he's late and he recognizes that I'm late. It's never an issue. So yeah, me and Monet gonna sit back down and discuss that, because y'all, everybody being their own boss in Atlanta is beautiful, but it is annoying. I think sometimes y'all forget that the customer is your boss. Your customer pays your fucking bills. And you do owe your customers an explanation, just like I owe my boss an explanation. So the last topic is parting fun as an adult. This one was so profound to me that I actually reposted it on its own to get even more opinions, because there are no more dance floors. And I get it. When I was younger, I used to listen to people that were older than me. Like, man, these folks getting old. They complaining about the music. They complaining. What happened to the dance floors? Like, is it really a party if we're just going to stand around and stare at each other? Is that really a party? It's a dick measuring contest now. You could go to the club and see. Let me paint you a picture first of all. Back in my day, let's say 15 years ago, you go to the club. Dudes really want to get up on some ass. Dudes really went to dance with girls and get behind some girls and hey man, it ain't no nicer way to put that. Now you could go to the club and see 10 dudes in one section standing around. They are not impressed by the women. They are not, maybe near the end of the night, they go on a little hunt. And because I people watch, so y'all know I've said this on the podcast before, I'm not going out to date anybody. I do not meet people out. I think everybody that's out in the club is fucking disgusting. I've never not finna do it. No. But boy, do our people watch. And now it does turn into a little hunt, you know, around 2:30, 2:45-ish, it turned into a little hunt. Let me go see who drunk. Let me go pass out some shots, see what I can get tonight. But for the most part, if you see 10 dudes in the section, that's what's gonna be in the section for the whole night. And it looks so gay. If I was one of those women that did pass out pussy at the club, it would not be to none of them dudes that's 10 deep in the section. That is just so weird. Like, y'all don't know no girls? And why is it 10 of y'all? If it's 2 or 3, that's different. 2 or 3 is going to accumulate more people, and it's going to be a mixture of women in there that want to sit the fuck down. because there are no seats anymore in the club. You gotta pay to sit down. Is partying really fun? I've met the most sad people at the bar. The most sad people. You got to think, they done lost their job, they need a drink. They done went through a breakup, they need a drink. They done lost a family member, they need a drink. Friend backstabbed them, they need a drink. You meet so many sad people at the bar, it is insane. And as an empath, I get sad at the bar because everybody's sad around me. I could pick up on that emotion, and after a few drinks, alcohol brings all of that sadness out of you anyway. It's a depressing. It's the whole thing. Like, when you think about it, and hopefully if you're listening to this, you get to be honest with yourself. Hopefully you're by yourself listening to this, and you get to say, man, she right about that. Partying ain't really fun as an adult. It used to be. But it has evolved into something that it's not enjoyable. And then if you are enjoying yourself, you get judged. I'm not gonna lie, I've done that. I've seen somebody dancing when nobody else was dancing, and I'm like, the fuck? I've checked that in myself, like, man, that girl having fun. Let that girl have fun. Because once I get to dancing, I am going to dance like no one's watching, and I don't really care what people think, especially if I have a favorite song. Rich Baby Daddy come on in the club today. I am swinging my dreads, and I am going to be sexy red for the next 3 minutes and 12 seconds of my life. Another thing is the way the DJs are mixing songs these days. The song be over with so fast. Like, damn, I just got my twerk good. Like, I ain't even, damn. The song we on to the next song. Shit. It's only a handful of good DJs left. Another thing is the clubs are capitalizing, as they should. You got to understand the club owner perspective also. But they're capitalizing off of giving you just a little bit of liquor. I've had the most fun at places where the bartender had no bartender license. They were just pouring shit. You tip more, you make worse decisions. You're gonna order more food. The club owners are understanding that people make way poorer decisions the more that they drink. Cause when you counting how much I'm drinking, I'm looking at my clock and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Someone said if you gotta drink for it to be fun, it probably really ain't that fun. Boy, I would say I'm offended, but I knew that. I would say I'm offended, but I knew that. I love to party, and I love to partake in the drink when I get there. There aren't many parties that I've been to sober. I remember I had a no alcohol February in 2020. This was right before the world shut down too. Man, did me and my bro regretted that instantly. Like, why did we sign up for this? If we ever needed a drink, it's right now. And we did a lose weight challenge, no drinking. And I had went out and I was like, yeah, this shit is whack as fuck. I'll see y'all in a month. I'll see y'all in a month. I did not go back to that establishment until I was ready to pick up another drink. Like, for real, like, it's a lot of truth in that statement. 100% true. If you got to drink, because you ain't got to drink at Six Flags, and you going to have fun there. A lot of times I travel, I drink, don't get me wrong, but it's a limit because I need to be aware. I need to know where my exits are. I need to be looking over my shoulders because I'm in a foreign place and I don't know the language. But I still have fun. But you ain't finna catch me nowhere in nobody restaurant in Atlanta without a drink in my hand. So that is something to think about. That is something to be studied. I feel like on the opposite end of that, like, I'm having fun, so I am drinking. That's just something to be studied. I don't feel like we should take that statement lightly, or we should take offense to it. I know it's a lot of people out there that will take offense to a statement like that. Where are the house parties, you guys? Where did they go?